I would say. Poor physical health often leads to mental health problems. Conversely, poor mental health can have a negative effect on the physical health of a person. For example, a very unhappy person may overreact, leading to obesity or diabetes and cardiovascular disease. In most cases, either cardiovascular tension or cardiovascular attack leading to heart attack, which could lead to the death of a person. For good health, people need a balanced diet, plenty of exercise, mental well-being, good social relationships, protection from infection and injury are all vital in order to maintain proper health, both mentally and physically. Diseases disrupt the structure and functions of the body, giving characteristics, symptoms, and signs. The damage is not due to injury from an accident. Infection causes disease by damaging the cells in the body. Symptoms and signs of diseases. Symptoms of illness can only be described by a person's experiencing them. They may say, I feel ill because I feel a headache and I'm dizzy. Symptoms include pain, dizziness, numbness, feeling lightheaded, fatigue, visual disturbances, ringing ears. The signs are indicators of disease and are observed by someone else. If you feel ill, other people may notice that you look pale, are sweating, are unsteadily when you walk, have a rash. When doctors look for signs of diseases, they also check the vital signs, heart rate, breathing rate, temperature, blood pressure, and blood oxygen level. So we have types of diseases. There are mainly two types, communicable. Diseases in this group can be passed on to other people. They're also called infectious or pathogenic diseases. Communicable diseases are caused by pathogens. A pathogen is an organism that causes disease. The pathogen are viruses, bacteria, fungi, and type of single cell organisms called protozoa. Diseases occurs when the pathogen lives in humans in such a way that they have a bad effect on health. Examples of communicable diseases include influenza, which is commonly known as flu, sexually transmitted diseases, STDs, and we have fungal infections such as ringworm and athlete's foot. Diseases such as malaria and dengue that are transmitted by mosquitoes are very substantiatively effective on the human body as it relates to congestive well-being. Then we have non-communicable diseases. Non-communicable diseases bypass from one person to another and are not caused by pathogens. Examples of non-communicable diseases include chronic diseases. Then we have degenerative diseases. This could be damages or causes tissues and organs, sometimes including the brain and nervous systems, to deteriorate over time. Non-communicable diseases are diseases that are not passed through the process of infection from one person to another. These are usually very substantiatively singular, meaning that, for example, if you have um, diabetes, for example, or obesity, these are diseases that are only particular to you and cannot be passed from one person to another. Then we have um, neuro, neuro, neurosis. And neurosis is a common form of mental illness caused by anxiety. Anxiety disorders may take the form of phobias, for example, fear of spiders, aerophobia, or confined spaces, claustrophobia. Claustrophobia is usually particular to, for example, when you are by yourself or you are within a very congested area where there's a lot of people. That could be caused by chlorophloria. In most cases, phobias are mild, but for some people, a phobia can severely affect the quality of your life, generally affecting them in a broader scope, in a broader picture. Furthermore, we have respiratory diseases. We have asthma, we have influenza, and then we have um, bronchitis. There are two types of bronchitis. We have acute bronchitis, chest cold, usually lasts from 10 days, although the cough may last longer. Chlorea, bronchitis lasts for a long time and can lead to other serious conditions such as chronic obstructive um, pulmonary diseases, COPD, progressive degenerative disease of the lungs. Causes common colds and other respiratory infections, usually viral, cause acute bronchitis. Smoking and long-term exposure to other pollutants, dust, flour, industrial chemicals, and what's not, can cause chronic bronchitis. So we have acute bronchitis, which is not severe, and we have chronic bronchitis, which is very severe. Effect of bronchitis. So inflammation of the lining of the bronchial tubes causes increased production of mucus. The cilia may be damaged and cannot vault the mucus up to the throat, so a cough develops to move the extra mucus. Symptoms and signs. For both acute and chronic bronchitis, these may include cough, production of clear, white, yellowish, gray, or even green mucus. Rarely it may be thick with blood. We have fatigue, shortness of breath, and nosy breathing, slight fever and chills, chest discomfort. Prevention: do not smoke. That is at least one preventative measure that could be utilized. Then we have the gastrointestinal diseases or gastroenteritis. These are usually caused by, for example, through the utilization of utensils from one person to another. Symptoms of these usually include headache, pain in the belly, swelling in the nuts, and fatigue, shrunken eyes, a dry mouth, extreme thirst, and these are the things. Then we have chlorea. Let's look at chlorea. Epidemics of chlorea frequently occur often after natural disasters or during conflict with when sewage disposal and water supplies damage. Chlorea is caused by Vibrio Corybacterium, Vibrio chlorei. Drinking untreated water, particularly from supplies that are contaminated by feces, spreads the bacteria. Houseflies may also transmit the bacteria from feces to food. Effects: the bacteria produce highly toxic substances. These toxins are released into the gut as the bacteria die, causing the signs and symptoms of the disease. Symptoms include severe diarrhea, dehydration, nausea, death from severe dehydration, are what could cause the death of a person in cases of severity of the issue of chlorea actually being reinstated. Signs and symptoms of dehydration include irritability, fatigue, sunken eyes, dry throat, extreme thirst, dry and shriveled skin, little or no urination, low blood pressure. So prevention of these could just include drinking safe water or purification through the process of the purification process, or oyster. I'm not going to that. So just drink clean water, and if not, drink water through the purification process. Make sure that the water is around the drinkable level between pHs of 6 and 7 consecutively. We have gastroenteritis. Most incidents of gastroenteritis are due to viral diseases such as noroviruses and retroviruses. True, some are caused by bacterial infections, of course. Why? I know life.
Watch my 9mm go bang. Watch my 9mm go bang. Player haters, masturbators, bitches all up in my shit. Living scared, you know you did. Walking around with a cripple leg, that bitch boy tried to take my shit. Fucking with the rhythm kick. MAGNOLIA, that is where your ass was